Hey ladies, it's Nicole Moore of Love Works here with your Flirty Friday love and dating tip. So today I'm going to teach you the only tool that you need to manifest your man in. So if you've been single for any length of time, you have probably written down your ideal man list. You took out a piece of paper or your iPhone and you wrote down, these are all the qualities that I want in my ideal man. I want him to be smart, successful, spiritual, whatever. You've probably made your list. So why isn't it working? Why haven't you drawn him in? Well, the list is not enough, okay? Here's what you need to do instead. I'm going to teach you the #1 tool that I teach every single one of my clients that has them actually draw in the exact man that they wrote down on their list. Here's how you make the list actually work for you, okay? You write your list, then you forget about it, and you do this instead. I call this exercise a future vision exercise. It's one of the first things I teach to every single client. Here's how you do it, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to think about the kind of man that you want. Then I want you to think about what is one experience, one moment in time, a little snapshot of something you would like to experience with him in the future. So if you think about it this way, if I ask you to remember the worst day of your life or the best day of your life so far, you can think back and you can remember that memory and it's vivid and you can feel it and it's almost as if you're experiencing it now. I want you to do the same thing, but creating a memory in the future. The first person that actually taught me about this exercise was a woman named Nisha Moodley, and she taught me this for business. I took it and applied it and changed it a little bit for love. So you want to think about if you had met your man and you were sitting with a girlfriend over coffee or tea and you were describing to her this one moment, this incredible experience that you had with your man, what would you say? Like, oh my God, this was the moment with him. I'm so happy we had this moment. So to create your future memory, you actually look into the future and you say, this is one thing, one moment, one experience I definitely want to have with my man. Then you start envisioning it as if it's already happened. So here are some tips to make it really work for you. For your future love vision, that snapshot, that one moment in time with your man, you want to make it something that's really, really resonant with you, that has your feeling, your energy in it. Why? If you just write down a list of all these qualities of a man, smart, successful, spiritual, kind, caring, wealthy, it's actually not specific enough, because how you manifest your ideal man is by energy. And you can write down 30 qualities of what you want in a man, and you can get 5 different men who actually have all those qualities, but they show up very different. Or they're missing some other important qualities that you now realize you need. Instead, when you do the future vision, what happens is if you say, I'm going to focus only on this one experience in time that is specific to me, has the flavor of me. I'll give you some examples in a second. You draw in a man that is resonant with that energy, that can actually be a match for that experience. Some examples. So one of my clients, Julie, she's a dancer, among other things. She's an entrepreneur, she's a dancer. And I helped her create her future vision. Her future vision, she actually created this moment. She saw it in the future. Me and my man are having dance parties in my living room. Why is this important? Because first of all, the kind of guy that's going to fit into that specific picture is actually a very specific guy. Not every guy is going to want to have dance parties and be free and flowing in the living room. But to her, it was really important to have that kind of man with this spontaneous, creative energy. So she focused on that vision, seeing herself and her man experiencing these spontaneous dance parties in her living room. And what she attracted was a guy who can fulfill that specific vision. And guess what happens? It's also everything else on your list. Another one of my clients, Steph, she had a future vision of she and her man at Burning Man, which is this festival that happens every year in the desert of Nevada. I think about 70,000 people or so go every year, and there's arts, and it's kind of like this hippie community festival-ish thing. So she saw her vision of her and her man there. She focused on this one thing, not on the list of 30 million different qualities. But what happens is it drew in a very, very specific kind of man that could fulfill that vision for her. So when you do the future memory, it's like whew, life sorts out all the men who are not actually a match, but who might have the qualities that you wrote on your list, and it brings you a very specific kind of man who is actually a match for what you want. So again, has to be specific to you. What I mean by that is it has to really resonate with your heart, not something you think you should experience, something you would absolutely love to experience. For example, you might have a future memory of me and my man are spread out on a picnic blanket in front of the Eiffel Tower, and there's wine and there's cheese, and he's feeding me a macaroon in my mouth. That's a very specific kind of feeling versus me and my man have taken a cross-country road trip, and we've stopped in Wyoming, and we're camping under the stars, and we have a mug of hot chocolate that we're sharing together. Can you see how it would actually be, most likely, a very different kind of man that would fit into each of those pictures? So I want you to create your future vision. Think of one moment in time you would like to experience with your man in the future that vibes with you and who you are, that you would love to get on the phone with a girlfriend and say, oh my God, this happened with me and my man. Let me tell you about it. It was incredible. Once you have that, I want you to focus on that every single day. See yourself there. You will start to draw in better and better and more resonant men who actually match what you truly want. So write the list, then forget it. The list doesn't work. The future vision really works. Try this out. Even do it just for 30 days straight. I promise you, you will start to attract in more different, better men than you have ever attracted before. Thanks for listening to this Flirty Friday video. If you have a question for me, if you want my expert love advice on your question, you can go ahead and click below this video and you'll see a form to submit your question to me. My team and I will go through the questions. If we pick your question, we will email you to let you know, so you can make sure to watch that video. All right, ladies, sending you lots and lots of love, and it's time to get and keep your man, ladies. Love is the most important thing. If you don't have it, make sure you go and get it. And if I can help in any way, shoot me a question and let me know. All right, lots of love. Bye.